Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodgers have acquired Trayce Thompson. We're going to dive into that. We're going to talk about the corresponding move they're going to need to make it, what it means for LA. But first, for all the latest Dodgers news and rumors all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And as always, on with your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. What are your thoughts on the Dodgers acquiring Trayce Thompson? Is it something, nothing, or everything? Do you think he can have somewhat of an impact for the Dodgers? And do you think LA needs to make a big splash and make a move for an impact right-handed bat? Let us know down below. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So earlier this morning, MLB insider Ken Rosenthal, he tweeted out, with Mookie out, Dodgers looking to acquire right-handed hitting outfielder at minimal prospect cost to platoon with Eddie Alvarez in right, source says. Could look for bigger piece in trade later or possibly promote Miguel Vargas, a highly regarded third base prospect who has 10 homers and an .851 OPS at AAA. So we heard some whispers this morning about the Dodgers sniffing around, looking to add a right-handed bat to platoon with Eddie Alvarez, and we saw what happened yesterday with Alvarez. He really struggled in right. The instincts just weren't there, and I do think the Dodgers put him in a tough spot throwing him in right field. I covered it extensively on the Dodgers Nation post-game show yesterday, how he's more comfortable playing in the infield, and unfortunately he can't use those speed skates instead of baseball cleats. Maybe that would have helped him get to some of those balls yesterday. No, but in all seriousness, it was tough for him yesterday. So what did the Dodgers do? Well, they made an acquisition. They brought back Trayce Thompson. Yes, old friend alert, Trayce Thompson is back with the Dodgers. MLB.com's Juan Toribio, he was the first to report the news. He tweeted out, Dodgers have been looking for right-handed outfield help, and they are close to acquiring outfielder Trayce Thompson from the Tigers, per sources. And then following that, the Athletics' Cody Stavenhagen, he tweeted out, Trayce Thompson had an opt-out and wasn't going to get an MLB op with the Tigers, Detroit getting cash considerations, per source. So Trayce Thompson is back with LA. Now, if you look at his numbers so far this year, he did have 14 at-bats earlier in the season with the San Diego Padres. He goes 1 for 14, so a very small sample size. And if you look at his minor league numbers on the season, they are impressive. A 1,086 OPS between the Padres and the Detroit Tigers minor league systems in AAA. He's slashing 305, 365, 721 with a 1,086 OPS, 17 home runs, and 11 doubles in 154 at-bats. So yeah, he's raking at the AAA level. You're seeing the power numbers, and we've known that about Thompson. We know he's a guy that when healthy, he can hit for power. He can leave the yard. For the Dodgers in 2016, he had 13 home runs in 236 at-bats. Then the following season, dealing with some injuries, he fell off. Had just one home run in 49 at-bats, ends up hitting 122 in his last stint with LA in 2017. So I think the best case scenario for the Dodgers is that he can come in, he has the familiarity with the organization already, and they can plug him in and he can produce right away, something similar to what he did in 2016. In 2016, he came in, filled in with some injuries, and you saw he was hot in the month of May. He slashed 270, 352, 603, hit 6 home runs, had 14 RBI in 21 games in May of 2016. So with Mookie Betts out and the Dodgers lacking some power from the right side, if he can come in and he can produce, that'll be big for this team. But it's a big question because we know the issues with Trayce Thompson. He can hit for some power, but he also strikes out a lot. A strikeout rate of over 28% for his career. He's a guy that's really a Mendoza line hitter. Lots of swing and miss in his game. So will he come in and produce in the limited amount of time that he's going to get with the Dodgers? We'll see. But I think the other big takeaway from this is, one, that the Mookie Betts cracked rib injury doesn't appear to be too serious. Yes, he's going to miss some time, but it's not going to be months. We're not talking 2 months without Mookie Betts or anything like that. So after what we saw yesterday, the adventure with Alvarez in right field and the issues that he had, to have someone that can come in, has played at the big league level. He's a vet. He's 31 years old. He's familiar with this Dodgers organization. And look, it's been great for the Thompson family lately. Clay just won an NBA championship. It's a good month for them. So hey, if he comes in and he picks up on that momentum, maybe you can see him come in and contribute. Because look, this offense, they need someone to step up and provide some power. And yes, there might have been some other options out there. Clint Frazier, he's trying to make his way back to the big league level. I've seen a lot of Dodger fans talk about Yasiel Puig. You want to see Yasiel back in Major Puig baseball, but that wasn't going to happen. And then you have a lot of Dodger fans out there that are clamoring for the team to call up James Altman. Now, James Altman, he's a prospect that's continuing to emerge so far this season at AA Tulsa, a 936 OPS, 14 home runs, 16 doubles, and 233 at-bats. But the issue with Altman is he's continuing to develop. They're continuing to try to develop him at AA, and to develop, you need the reps. You need the at-bats. You don't want to throw him into the fire too early, especially in this situation. You could stunt his growth, and I'm not even talking about from a confidence level. If he comes up and he struggles, how will that impact him mentally, him coming up to the show and not being able to get it done if he's not ready for the show at this point in his career? I'm just talking about from a rep standpoint. What do I always say? The D in Dodgers stands for development, and you don't want to rush guys up when they haven't gotten the requisite reps that they need at the minor league level. So Altman really not a viable option at this point. And then you hear about Zach Mckinstry and Jake Lamb. Yes, we all want to see Rake Lamb get his opportunity, but unfortunately, they're left-handed bats. The Dodgers needed another right-handed bat in this situation. And then I've seen a lot of people talking about A.J. Pollock. My hindsight hyenas are out in force talking about the Dodgers trading for Craig Kimbrell and giving up A.J. Pollock. Because Pollock, he's had a very slow start to the season, but he has picked it up of late. A.J. Pollock is starting to get it going, and boy, would it be nice to have A.J. Pollock right now on this Dodgers team when so many guys up and down the lineup are struggling. So many guys are struggling in the slugging department. It would be nice to have A.J. Pollock, and then Craig Kimbrell. He has struggled of late. He's given up a run in 8 of his last 13 starts. We know yesterday Craig Kimbrell was Craig Crumble, the way he faltered for the Dodgers, unable to keep things tied to allow LA to have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. And if you look at his MLB ranks right now, 12 saves, that's good for 10th. A 4.7 ERA, that's good for 149th. A 2.32 FIP, that's good for 24th. A 2.59 opponent's batting average, that's good for 144th. And a .5 F4, that's good for 50th. So one encouraging thing is you are seeing him continue to miss bats. You're continuing to see him strike guys out, so hopefully he can put it all together. And I do think it's still a little premature to judge the A.J. Pollock and Craig Kimbrell trade until we see how this year turns out, because they weren't going to wait around for Kenley Jansen to free up some money to bring back Kenley Jansen. And if you look at his numbers, they're not that much better. Kenley Jansen, we're going to probably do that in a whole other video, but when you look at the Dodgers and they're focused on trying to add a right-handed bat, I think they're going to test this out, but they might need to add some reinforcements. And I think that when you look at Trayce Thompson, he's a guy that maybe can come in, he can get hot for a month, but I don't see him sticking and having a major impact in the long run. Now, he's not on the 40-man roster for Detroit. They're going to have to make a corresponding move. And of course, right now, with the team struggling the way it is, I see everyone wanting to DFA everyone, the David Prices, the Craig Kimbrells, even DFAing Eddie Alvarez after his play yesterday in the outfield. But like I said, they put him in a bad situation. He still got a hit yesterday, and the fact that Ken Rosenthal said that they wanted to add a right-handed bat to platoon with Eddie Alvarez lets you know that they're not going to be DFAing him. Now, Walker Buehler, he was placed on the IL. Could they consider moving him to the 60-day IL? That's a move they could make. What's the status with Edwin Rios? Is he a guy that they could consider moving to that 60-day IL with that pretty severe hamstring injury? That's also a possibility. And to me, it looks like Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes, they wanted to go with the guy that had some big league experience, where you could just plug in there and hopefully get some results. He has improved defensively. He can be a solid outfielder with Mookie out. He has the experience, and he can definitely be a better right fielder than Eddie Alvarez was yesterday. So yes, I hear the clamoring for Miguel Vargas, but based on people I've talked to, is that yes, he has the potential to be an impact bat one day, but he's not quite ready for this show just yet. So be patient with Vargas. He's not ready quite yet. And yes, you could bring him up. You can have JT play some DH. You can also have Lux and Belly and CT3 man the outfield. Yes, those are options, but you bring in Trayce Thompson, a guy that can hold it down with Mookie out. But I think right now it's a move that kind of tells you that this team realizes that the Mookie injury is not extremely significant. It's not anything that's going to last for months. And also, they're not really very satisfied with the play of Eddie Alvarez. They don't think that he's a long-term solution or even a short-term solution in in right field with him out. And look, this Dodgers offense, they could use some right-handed pop off the bench as well. We know that Hanser Alberto, he's the guy that struggled mightily this season. His bat-to-ball skills are what they are, but not hitting for power and just really not doing very much off the bench. So I'm hoping that Trayce Thompson come in with this opportunity, make the most of it. Hopefully we see a walk-off like we did against the Rockies in 2016. And hey, hopefully Clay's brother becomes Trayce Thompson with the Los Angeles Dodgers. But let me know down below in the comment section, do you think the acquisition of Trayce Thompson is something, nothing, or everything? What do you think it indicates? Do you think the Dodgers still need to go out there and make a move for an impact right-handed bat? I have some videos coming up on some trade possibilities. I know I've been teasing those for weeks now, but they're coming this week, so look out for those. But let me know down below in the comment section. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, breakdowns, interviews, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.